Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And going into the September call-up, so if we look at who's at the MLB level right now, we do have a couple of people that we do want to move up. So let's actually move up Yu Chang to the MLB level. Remember, our AAA All-Star team did not make the playoffs, so we get to move some of these guys up for some work. And starting with Yu Chang, he's going to get the start in this game. But look at him, he's only 63 overall, so he's kind of got a little bit to go. And I think he's actually not even progressed. I mean, look at him, he's only 63 overall. And it's interesting because before, I believe he was actually higher overall. So I think he actually regressed. I don't know what happened to him, but somehow he's only at a 63 overall. So I thought he was going to be ready, and it turns out that he's actually gone down a little bit. So that kind of sucks. I don't know how this even works. I mean, think about it. I mean, we had a higher overall guy before. I don't even understand how he's 63, but looking at the rest of the guys that got called up, so we're looking at Lamont Wade, who actually, he's had 5 at-bats so far, he's hitting 200, but he actually hit 319 at AAA. He's actually looking like he's the early favorite for our at least position player minor leaguer of the year. I think he's gonna win it. Monte Harrison probably had a chance to win it, but he got hurt, and he's coming back from a broken arm. So I don't know if I want to actually rush him back at the MLB level for the September callouts because he is hurt. I don't want his confidence to go down. I do want him to progress a little bit, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So he's coming back from the DL. Also, another guy you might get to see is James Nelson, who I'm actually really excited about. He's 20 years old. He's got C potential. But his hitting zones are really, really good. And that's the one thing that I am actually looking forward to, because I think he actually was the surprise of AA. So looking at our major league level, though, who's the surprise of our major league level? Starting with Leury Garcia, 294. We traded for him, remember, almost halfway through the season. And he's a versatile guy. He plays every position. He's a pretty good player. And he's actually, I would say he's the better version of Derek Dietrich, because look at Derek Dietrich, only hitting 246, not really too impressive. I'm probably going to keep him around for cheap, because I'll probably get him for cheap, but we'll see. And then Lewis Brinson, only hitting 220 still. I didn't expect his overall to go up much, but let's look at our schedule. So we got Pittsburgh coming up, but look at this string of away games. And this is the thing that I was talking about last episode. I said that we win all of our games at home. We pretty much lose a lot of games on the road. So we got a string of, I don't even know how many games this is. What is this, 11 games in a row where we're all on the road with no breaks? So this is actually going to be a tough stretch of games. So let's actually look at our statistics leaders through our team. So Domingo Santana is still ripping the mess out of the ball, hitting 318. And he's definitely going to be our MVP at the MLB level, no doubt, either for pitching or hitting. I mean, he's the MVP. He's doing his thing. 32 home runs, 92 RBIs. Justin Bour, 99 RBIs, 33 home runs, hitting 307. He is raking as well. But I just love what Domingo Santana and Justin Bour are doing at the 3-4 level. I mean, 3-4 spots in the lineup, because they are just killing it. And I mean, this is just gonna be a bright future for the middle of our lineup here, because Leury Garcia at the bottom, I like what he does, 294. Looking at some of the more full-time players, JT Realmuto is up next, 279, hitting not too bad. And then Janji Patella, man, he's been the surprise of the season. He definitely has a chance to make the major league roster next year. He's definitely had an imprint on what we're doing this year, so hopefully he keeps it going. Starlin Castro in 273, he's in okay. Garrett Cooper got moved up. Derek Dietrich, like I said, 246, but after him, we kind of have a drop off. So Lewis Brinson's here at the bottom, and then we have Aquino, who pretty much did not really live up to expectations like I thought he would, but whatever. I mean, I think we're hitting pretty decent as a team. So let's look at our team rankings. So batting average, we're actually hitting 12th, which is actually pretty good as far as the rest of the league goes. And we have 2 guys over 300. And if you look at the teams above us, look at them. JD Martinez above Boston, he's the only one above 300. Look at that, New York. Nobody above 300. Looking at Anaheim or LA Angels, Mike Trout's the only one over 300. Look at the Dodgers, only one guy over 300. So we're actually hitting really, really good based on, where we're ranked. Because look at even like the Baltimore Orioles. Look, they have nobody over 300 and they're a top 4 team in average. So, I mean, look at the Washington Nationals. I mean, they are just killing it, and they're going to be in our division. It's going to be tough to dethrone them. But, hey, man, let's get into some action. We're going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are kind of struggling on the year 60 and 80. Let's actually look around the league before getting into this episode here. Let's look at the league leaders in batting average. So Cesar Hernandez, who actually was on the trading block during the season, he's actually hitting almost 350. I mean, straight destroying, hitting 350. And look at Anthony Rendon. Maybe Anthony Rendon is a guy that we go after. If you look at him, I mean, he is an absolute monster on offense, hitting 326. I mean, he is absolutely raking. He's going to demand a big contract in the offseason. But look at him. He's unhappy. He's actually decreased in overall, and it's mainly because of his contract. He's expecting $12.5 million. And let's just keep going down the line. Let's look at some other guys. So DJ LeMahieu will actually be a free agent as well. So he's a second baseman. I mean, we're going to have some decisions to make. Corey Seager isn't a free agent. Let's just look at some more guys that might be free agents. Is Spangenberg a free agent? No, he's due arbitration. Brandon Belt, is he? No, he's locked up. So, I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be free agents. Even Bryce Harper is going to be free agent. Imagine bringing Bryce Harper to Miami. I don't know if it would happen in real life, mainly because we're rebuilding in real life. The Miami Marlins are. But, man, just imagine him in a Miami Marlins uniform. But we're probably gonna have to break the bank for him. $31 million he's expecting as a contract. So, I mean, you would have to go all out with him. But let's just look at the standings here going into the last stretch of the season. So looking at the NL West, the Dodgers are leading this division. The Cubs are leading the NL Central. Looks like they pretty much got it wrapped up. The Brewers looks like they kind of underachieved. They're one game under 500. Like I said, we're in second place, but not 20 games back of the Nationals. They're definitely taking it. Looking in the AL wildcard, Red Sox and Twins. I think that's actually what's going to happen in real life. I think the Red Sox will probably win their division, but I think the Yankees and Twins will actually take the AL wildcard when it's all said and done. I think we'll have to see. Astros winning the AL West. They pretty much got that division wrapped up. The Indians only 5 games ahead of the Twins, though, in the AL Central. And the White Sox were actually doing really good in the beginning parts of the year. They're actually still doing really good. 5 games over 500, but it just seems like they might be a little bit behind here because they're in the 4th in the AL wildcard race. And then in the AL East, the Yankees are actually ahead of the Red Sox. I actually think it might be reversed in real life. So that's what it's going to look like around the league going into this September stretch. I mean, there's a tough stretch of games. So let's hop into some action versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's get it. Going into this 3-game series with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and if our team continues to hit like it has, we can continue this win streak as Starlin Castro starts out the series on a 1-2 count, taking it over the left field wall for the home run. And Starlin Castro's actually not hitting too bad. He was floating around 250 the whole season. Now he's up to 270, and there's been a couple of you guys in the comment section that have been saying, raise the difficulty. You're not playing on a hard enough difficulty. Dude, I'm playing on Hall of Fame pitching and hitting. That means I'm one below legend, meaning I can't get much higher than I am, as Yu Chang gets his first major league hit there. But if you look at a lot of these games, I mean, there's games when I have 5 hits. There's games when I have 12 hits. I mean, it just depends. I mean, these games are all over the place. The fact that I hit home runs with Justin Bour a lot of the time, that was actually my first home run actually hitting in a long time with Starlin Castro. And I don't hit too many home runs with other guys other than Justin Bour. As Leury Garcia, who is that? Is that Leury Garcia? No, that's Derek Dietrich. Runs past the ball. That's actually Lamont Wade. What am I saying? That's Lamont Wade getting called up from AAA straight, running past. The computer glitched on me that time. And there's Leury Garcia at third base, playing a little bit out of position because I want Lamont Wade to get a start in left field, and he gives up a base hit to give up a run and tie this game up here in the second inning. But look at Justin Bour struggling on defense with the error that time, and that's going to be runners on first and second this time, and they're going to drive in the run off of the error and that misplayed ball by Lamont Wade in left field. So now Pittsburgh is going to have the 2-1 lead, bases loaded this time, but we're going to get out of this jam. But man, I mean, that error came back to bite us. So on to the top of the fifth inning, Lewis Brinson gets a pitch to hit, and he hits an absolute missile, and this one's gone. So Lewis Brinson coming up within the last couple weeks, he's hit a couple of home runs, and this was the power that I was missing in the beginning of the year when he was at the major league level. But now he's showing what he can do. So now Aquino comes up later in this game. Not a lot of offense has been shown in this game by us, but Aquino comes in to pinch hit, and he drives one out of the park. So 3 solo home runs in this game have pretty much been the only offense, because look, we're in the 7th inning. This has been the only offense we've had up to this point, and Pittsburgh is actually have a lot more hits than we do, and we just cannot get our bats going in this game except for those 3 solo home runs as Brinson pops out to center field, and Johnny Giavotella on an 0-2 count grounds out to third base. So I mean, we're not getting anything done on offense this game except for those 3 home runs. So here's Josh Harrison up in the 8th inning, 2-1 count, and he's going to drive this one to left field, and that one is going to be gone, and they're going to tie this game up at 3 here. And that kind of sucks because Tony Zych is actually a guy that I've actually been depending on pretty heavily this season because he's a veteran. We signed him as a free agent, and he's pretty good. I can't lie. He's probably our best reliever, even though we signed him in free agency. He's our best reliever. So on to the 9th inning. Aquino is getting on base with a walk that time. So now guys on first and second. Lewis Brinson with a chance to bring in a run, grounds it up to the pitcher, but the pitcher's going to overthrow the second baseman, and we're going to come around to score. But look at this. A base running blunder actually causes another out in the inning. So now we're going to take that 4-3 lead, but we actually waste an out that time. So Leury Garcia comes up, hits a hard one, this time to Mercer, but he's going to throw out Leury Garcia at first base. So now on to the bottom of the 9th inning. We have still Tony Zych in pitching, and he's going to give up a bloop hit to right field to start out the inning here in the bottom of the 9th, and we still keep him in. And the next batter comes up and gets a pitch to hit past Justin Bour. Coming up throwing is Domingo Santana, but the runner is going to be safe at third base. So guys on first and third, Corey Dickerson coming to the plate, and on a 1-2 count, Tony Zych going to leave a slider on the outside part of the plate, and Corey Dickerson is going to drive this one, and that is going to be a walk-off for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Marlins give up one of few walk-offs we've given up this year. We've had a couple, but not too many. But Corey Dickerson is just such a good hitter. He hits a ball to right field on the outer part of the plate. And look at us, man. We only had 6 hits in this game. They had 14. I mean, they straight out hit us in this game. But somehow we stayed in the game. So this is actually a 3-game series. So we actually do end up taking the second game in this series. Sandy Alcantara actually comes into relief and actually gets the win. So we're now on to the 3rd game in this series. Trevor Williams on the mound, and he's 10-9, has a pretty good whip, 1.37. It's not great, but it's not bad at all. But here, we're going to start this game out in the top of the 2nd inning. Derek Dietrich getting a hit to the left center gap, and that's going to start this inning out with a double to left center. So nice to see Derek Dietrich coming off the bench with those spot starts, and he's doing pretty good. I can't lie. He's doing pretty good. So here we are. Here Lewis Brinson's coming up and hitting a pop up to right field, but that's going to be long enough to advance the runner. So Leury Garcia comes up, 1 out, 1-1 count, and he's going to hit to the same spot Derek Dietrich did. A little bit of a lazy fly ball, but it's going to land in the gap. But Leury Garcia has the wheels, actually. We could have maybe rounded third, headed home on that one, and maybe got in because the throw was offline. But we do drive in the run, so Starlin Castro comes up 2 outs with a guy on third, but he's not going to drive him in. But at least we get that 1 run in. So Domingo Santana comes up here in the 3rd inning. A lot of offense being shown in this game because, man, our offense has just been hitting the ball well. And here is Justin Bour coming up, but he's going to pop this one to left field. But it's going to drop in before the left fielder. He's going to get it in, but the second baseman cannot handle that one. Josh Harrison cannot handle that one. So now we got guys on first and second, 3-2 count, and this time Realmuto's going to hit it, and that's going to be out of the reach of the diving left fielder, and we're going to score 1. And look at this. We get into another base running blunder, and look at this. The catcher's going to chase a runner down this time, and that's going to be an out, and another base running blunder, probably ruining the situation as far as getting another run in. So Derek Dietrich comes up with 2 outs, but he's going to come through and hit one hard up the middle, and that one's going to drive in another run. So Derek Dietrich hitting the ball hard this game, and that one's going to drive in a run. So still 2 outs in this inning, top of the 4th inning, actually, in the next inning, and Domingo Santana drives one deep, and this is actually the first home run I've actually hit with him since he's been a Miami Marlin. Usually when he's hitting these home runs, it's usually when I'm simming games, so it's nice to hit one with him. Finally, he gets this home run power going, and we know he's got the power, but finally showing it when I'm playing. So now Sandy Alcantara is coming onto the mound, and Sandy Alcantara is actually one of our top pitching prospects, and I want to see what he's got in this game. Early on, he gives up 2 early base runners, but with 1 out, he does get a nice ground ball for the double play this time, getting out of the inning. We only keep him in the game for 2 innings because we don't want to use any of that service time. We just want to use him as a relief pitcher just to see how he does. So now we're on to the 6th inning. Johnny Giavotella getting the hit up the middle, and look at all these hits. I mean, this game is a straight hit parade as Domingo Santana comes up, hits a hard grounder up the middle, and that one's going to ricochet off the pitcher, but he's going to field that one, throw Domingo Santana out at first. So Justin Bour comes up 2 for 3 to this point, so they decide to walk him. They decide to load up the bases, so JT Realmuto comes up to the plate with a 3-2 count. 1 out, he's going to drive it to right field, drive in the run, and it's going to be a 5-1 lead. And you know who comes to the plate. Derek Dietrich, who's been hot in this game, drives one down the left field line, and that one's actually going to score all 3 runners. Derek Dietrich already, he's got 3 doubles already in this game as Aquino strikes out on the outside slider that time. So Derek Dietrich is doing his thing this game, and he's drove in so many runs and done his, I mean, I didn't know he had this type of gap power until this game. So now we're on to the 7th inning. Domingo Santana quietly having an amazing game, overshadowed a little bit by Derek Dietrich. But, man, Domingo Santana is hitting close to 330, another double added to his season. Could he possibly be the MVP of the NL? I mean, there's a chance. I mean, he's got a chance. He's hitting great. So here he comes up to the plate. 4 for 5 in this game, and he gets an inside pitch, and he drives it to left field off the left field wall, and that's going to make it 5 for 6. So just like in NCAA football, you have a Heisman moment. He might be having his MVP moment, going 5 for 6 as Justin Bour gets involved some more, and he drives one off of the right field wall, and that's going to be the 10th run of the game for the Florida Marlins, having an absolute monster of a game on offense. So now we're on to the bottom of the 9th inning. The hit parade does come to an end as we take this one, And man, what a great game by our offense in general. And then, like I said, the reason why we're winning so many games is because Domingo Santana has just been, amazing in the 3-hole. We end up getting 21 hits in this game. Domingo Santana, 5 for 6, an MVP statement. Derek Dietrich goes 4 for 5, 4 RBIs, 3 doubles. Justin Bour, 3 for 5 as well. And look at Leury Garcia just continuing. Just the trade that we made for Leury Garcia, it's just paying dividends. He is just killing it in the 8th hole. It's going to be hard to not keep him out of the starting lineup next season because our offseason is coming up. And we do have some holes to address with our pitching rotation. So we'll have to see. But we don't even just have our eyes on the offseason. We might be looking to the postseason here, especially with the MVP candidate with Domingo Santana leading the way. So you guys don't want to miss any action. Hit subscribe, hit that like button because it's going to get interesting. Will we make that run at the playoffs? Will Domingo Santana win MVP? These questions will all be answered coming up. So stay tuned. Let's go.